wonderful message this morning comes from Doreen Sorrels.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Here we are again. Let's bow our heads. Here we are again, elements in a combined presence, acknowledging our power to rise above weekday considerations and spend this time together in the company of our ideals. We present ourselves to uplifting encouragement and deeper understanding of the significance of our lives. We open ourselves to a broader perspective of our place in all that is. We are blessed in our stretch for new meaning in our life experiences. So be it, and amen. It's Groundhog Day. Will we have 6 more weeks of winter? Anybody been to Puxatawny this morning to find out what the groundhog saw? The seer of seers and prognosticator of prognosticators since 1887 predicts the early coming of spring. He didn't see a shadow. It's raining in Puxatawny this morning. Of course, he's only been right 4 out of the last 10 years. Groundhog Day is more than just fun. It marks halfway between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. There are 4 cross-quarter days every year, and this being the first, Groundhog Day, and Halloween being the last in the year. Who knew? Now that we're not so much an agrarian society, these seasonal days have kind of lost their significance for us, but they're still fun. The Roman Catholics celebrate today as Candlemas, and there's some sayings. If Candlemas Day be fair and bright, winter will have another flight. But if it be dark with clouds and rain, winter is gone and won't be back again. Another saying is this: half your wood and half your hay you should have on Candlemas Day. And lastly, it's supposed to be bad luck to leave your Christmas decorations up after Groundhog Day. I think we're okay there, being heavily into Mardi Gras as we are. Do you remember the movie? Bill Murray starred in Groundhog Day. He plays a TV weatherman, Phil Connors. Phil the weatherman starts out feeling put upon. He's kind of a prima donna, and he's too good for what he's assigned to do, which is to go on location to cover this, to him, stupid little holiday in a remote, snowy town in West Pennsylvania in the dead of winter, bemoaning the fact that this is his 4th year in a row to do this. Little does he know. Prima donna Phil wakes up day after day in Puxatawny to the worst day of his life, to the same assignment in the same place with the same people and to the same tune. Put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain we can't climb. I got you, babe. At first he's dismayed and he can't get anyone to believe that he's reliving the same day over and over. He's not amused, and he's first concerned for his sanity. Can you relate? Have you ever felt isolated in your experience and no one has felt what you feel? You're misunderstood. I think that might be the very definition of teenage angst. Totally misunderstood. Then Phil starts to experiment with his responses. It strikes them that, hey, there are no consequences to his behavior. He can be perfectly outrageous, which might affect his day that day. But the next day, he's back to square one, a fresh start. It's Groundhog Day again. At one point he says, I'm a god. I'm not the god, but a god. I'm immortal. So hedonism is the first attraction. He says, I'm not going to live by their rules anymore. and he does some pretty outrageous things. If it feels good, do it, you know. Any sensual pleasure, sex, food, possessions, he tries them all. Even flirts with criminal behavior. Well, no consequences. What would you be tempted to do? Risky stuff. You know, I look back at my youth, count myself lucky. We might like to say that Jesus was tempted in all ways that we are, and it's written that he was invited to meet his own cravings for food by turning the very stones into bread. All the world's riches could be his. He could leap from the temple heights and the angel would catch him. Well, Phil gets caught up in manipulation. He makes a concerted effort to manufacture situations to feed his ego. All hilarious, of course, the movie's a comedy, after all. But no, he doesn't get the girl by all his machinations. All he gets is slaps in the face. Several slaps in the face. In time, he gets bored with what's not working. Despair sets in. He tries to end it all, several times. First, he blames the groundhog. But Groundhog Day dawns again and again, still the same. You ever been in a rut? Expecting different results from the same choices? You know what they say about ruts, you know. If you find yourself in a rut, stop digging. Phil has what seems like a midlife crisis. His focus changes. He begins to ask the important questions. If this is how it's going to be, how can I live with it? What do I want out of my days? If I'm going to be doing this day, life, over and over and over, what really counts? So he asks, who is the perfect man? What's he like? And the answer he gets is the antithesis of what he's been. It's a long list of admirable qualities. He is humble. He's supportive, intelligent, funny, romantic, courageous, a good body but not vain. He's kind, sensitive, gentle. He likes animals and children. He's developed his artistic side. In a word, a mensch. How's your Yiddish? A mensch is a person of integrity and honor, someone you can really like and admire. A mensch. So Phil sets out to make his days worthwhile in this new light of understanding, where he seeks satisfaction in a whole different direction, service. And he finds he likes himself much better. He says at one point, sincere at last, I am happy today because I love you. Buddhists say that it takes 10,000 lives to perfect a character. It took Phil 12,395 days. Imagine, the same day for almost 34 years. Some fan actually figured it all out. 12,395 days, Groundhog Days. Well, in the end, he's validated for the mensch he has become, and we're happy for him, but it doesn't really matter because his days are fulfilled in service, and he's a happy man every day. Paul said it this way in Corinthians, when I was a child, I acted like a child, but when I became a grown-up, I put away childish things. So in our enlightenment, our adulthood, the new creatures that we have become in Christ, we do good for its own sake with no thought to whether there's an end or not. How long will it be? Does it matter? We've started, we're on our way, every one of us. And I would say that it's important that we forgive our childish ways and grow into contentment every single day, just in case we too are immortal. So happy Groundhog Day. The Franciscans say this, may God bless us with discomfort and easy answers, half-truths and superficial relationships, so that we may live deep within our hearts. May God bless us with anger at injustice, oppression, and the exploitation of people, so that we may work for justice, freedom, and peace. May God bless us with tears to shed for those who suffer pain, rejection, hunger, and war, so that we may reach out our hand to comfort them and turn their pain to joy. And may God bless us with enough foolishness to believe that we can make a difference in the world, so that we can do what others claim cannot be done, to bring justice and kindness to all our children and to the poor. Please do whatever you do to prepare yourself for meditation. Deep breaths. Relax into the chair. Close your eyes. Our meditation today comes from Philippians 4. Think on these things. Whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think on these things. Put them into practice. And the God of peace will be with you. We are in good hands. And as the song goes, put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain we can't climb. I got you, babe. With that security in mind, come back to here and now. Open your eyes. It's Groundhog Day again. What will you make of it?